Before Rome ruled the ancient world, there was another power rising from the coast of Africa, a city beside the sea, a city of ships, merchants, engineers, and warriors. That city was Carthage. Carthage stood on the coast of what is now Tunisia. At the center of the Mediterranean world, Europe to the north, Africa to the south, trade routes stretching in every direction. For centuries, the world moved through its harbors. Carthage was founded around 814 BC by Phoenician settlers from the eastern Mediterranean. They called it Carthage, the new city. But over time, North Africa changed it. Carthage became something new, something powerful. Its people mixed with the indigenous populations of North Africa. Libyans, Numidians, desert tribes, and coastal peoples whose knowledge became part of Carthaginian life. The city became a blend of cultures tied together by trade, survival, and the sea. And Carthage grew rich, very rich. Its ships crossed the Mediterranean carrying gold, ivory, silver, grain, dyes, and spices. Its merchants traded across Africa, Europe, and the Near East. Its sailors traveled farther west than many ancient people dared to go. At its height, Carthage rivaled Rome itself. At the center of the city stood the great double harbor. One harbor for trade, one harbor for war. Circular docks protected warships behind massive walls. Merchant ships crowded the commercial harbor beside markets full of voices from across the ancient world. Africa was not isolated from history. Africa was helping shape it. Carthage proved that a civilization based in Africa could stand beside the greatest powers on earth, and Rome watched carefully. Then came Hannibal Barca, born in Carthage in 247 BC, born during war, born into a city fighting for survival against Rome. His father was Hamilcar Barca, one of Carthage's greatest generals. The family name Barca meant lightning. As a child, Hannibal stood before an altar and swore an oath. He would never be a friend of Rome. That promise shaped his entire life. Hannibal grew up learning warfare. He studied leadership, terrain, and strategy. He watched Numidian cavalry move across open ground faster than Rome could respond. He learned how to think beyond what other generals believed possible. Then Hannibal made his decision. He would invade Italy itself, not by sea, by land, through the mountains, through the Alps, a route many believed no army could survive. He marched with tens of thousands of soldiers, Africans, Numidians, Iberians, Gauls, and war elephants from North Africa. The cold killed many men, horses slipped into ravines, tribes attacked from above. But Hannibal kept moving. When Hannibal emerged into Italy, Rome was shocked. An African commander had crossed the mountains of Europe and brought war directly into Roman territory. At Trebia, Hannibal trapped Roman forces beside an icy river and destroyed them. Rome began to fear him. At Lake Trasimene, Hannibal built one of the greatest ambushes in military history. Roman soldiers marched into fog and chaos. Thousands died before they understood the trap. Rome entered fear. People whispered his name in the streets. Hannibal, Hannibal, Hannibal. Then came Cannae, 216 BC, one of the greatest military victories in history. Rome sent a massive army to destroy Hannibal. Instead, Hannibal surrounded them. Front, sides, rear. The trap closed. Tens of thousands of Roman soldiers died in a single day. For 15 years, Hannibal remained in Italy. Rome could not defeat him in open battle. An African commander had pushed the greatest republic in the ancient world to the edge of collapse. But Rome changed strategy. Instead of fighting Hannibal directly, Rome invaded North Africa itself. Hannibal was forced to return home. The final battle came at Zama in 202 BC. For the first time in his life, Hannibal lost. Rome won the war. Carthage survived, but weakened. Its navy broken, its empire shattered. Still, Carthage rebuilt itself again. Its markets returned, its wealth returned, and Rome became afraid once more. In 149 BC, Rome decided to destroy Carthage forever. Roman armies crossed into North Africa and surrounded the city. The siege lasted 3 terrible years. Inside the city, people fought desperately to survive. Metal from homes was melted into weapons. Women cut their hair to make ropes for war machines. Street by street, Carthage resisted. In 146 BC, Roman forces finally broke through the walls. Buildings burned. Thousands were killed. Many survivors were enslaved. The city that had once ruled the western Mediterranean disappeared into fire and smoke. Rome destroyed Carthage. Its libraries vanished. Its records were scattered or lost. Its old civilization came to an end. Today, the ruins still stand near modern Tunis in Tunisia. Broken stones, old harbors, collapsed walls, the outline of the great double harbor still visible from above, the Barca hill still looking out over the sea, and the Mediterranean still moves against the shore exactly as it did in Hannibal's time. But the story survived. Rome destroyed the city. It could not destroy the memory. For centuries, military leaders studied Hannibal's campaigns. His tactics shaped warfare long after Carthage disappeared. Historians place him beside Alexander the Great and Julius Caesar as one of the greatest commanders who ever lived. But Hannibal and Carthage mean something larger than war. They remind the world that Africa was never outside civilization. Africa was part of its center. Carthage built ships, harbors, trade networks, and military systems that shaped the ancient Mediterranean world. And Hannibal proved that an African-born commander could challenge the greatest empire of his age on its own soil. For years, the world remembers Rome because Rome survived. But Rome never forgot the city it feared most, Carthage, and it never forgot the man who nearly destroyed it, Hannibal Barca, the son of Carthage, the son of North Africa, the man history could not erase.